Hi guys, it's me Missy, I'm back, and today I'm going to be playing some more Disco Elysium. Now when I last left off, we were going to be checking out one guy's apartment, and talk to him and stuff, and probably arrest some people. And we found out some interesting information about bad things going on, but before we do any of that, I want you guys to meet the Rainbow Man, because I found him, and he interesting. So I guess with that, let's go.
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital.
Okay.
The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
Cover your eyes.
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo.
Interesting.
Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard.
I'll try not to.
In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Whoa!
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
What the fuck is going on?
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him.
Okay.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Before I do anything else, I need to pause for a second. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days.
Okay.
Anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
My name is Harry. I'm a detective.
Pleasure to meet you, Harry. Public service is a noble cause.
How did you become so rich?
Oh Lord, not this again.
What's the matter,
Oh,
Kim?
nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is.
Be nice.
And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Graz. All
Okay.
I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations to do that. But, alright.
What is it like being an extremely high net worth individual?
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, It's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some
Cool.
of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
You thief people out there working their asses off while you chill here. It's great that you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Right, capital accumulation is its own reward. I'm gonna go with this one. It's great that you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society?
Sure. And they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to build and maintain a racing yacht?
Thousands?
Dozens, at least. Of course, in the future, it'll all be automated. But my point is this. Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from him.
Man, being a high net worth individual sounds great.
This truly, it's almost entirely carefree. It really leaves you time to better yourself spiritually.
Awesome.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
There's something strange about
What
you.
do you mean?
Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little different. It's actually nothing. I said anything. Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little
Are you
different.
talking about my chin?
No, I mean, I can't even see you. You're as if something is happening to the light.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
What?
The Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth. Among that group of individuals, it's been observed that when the Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual.
Are you telling me that you are so rich that light literally bends around you?
Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
I'm calm.
That's good.
Kim, are you seeing this weird
I
stuff?
see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Well, thank you for backing me up.
Yes. I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
What are you doing in this container?
Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think.
Okay, you
By
weirdo.
the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
In the very, very early days of colonizing this archipelago, the kingdom of Sirens, a precursor of a modern Sur-le-Clay, used to own the city of Revachol, an obscure detail in the bigger picture, but still worth dropping.
We're in Martinez, a district of Revachol, the former capital of the world.
Ah, Revachol. I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stella Maris. I wonder if it's still there. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
Well, why don't you help them? You've got so much money it can't make a difference to
There
you.
simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
Smart, you know? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to.
Uh-huh.
Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
Yeah, that does sound pretty tiresome.
Don't get me wrong. They're nice things. But once you achieve a certain level of wealth, your time and mental space become much more important than material goods.
He speaks from the heart. He has very different problems compared to low net worth individuals such as yourself. For example, no problems at all.
Good, now that we sorted that out, let me ask you something else.
Go right ahead.
You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money?
Could you please stop asking everyone for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
But Kim, I can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
Thank you for your kindness.
You're welcome. You know, maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water.
We should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for stopping by. If you ever have an idea you want to pitch me, I'm all ears.
Thanks, man. Okay, let's leave. Well, at least I have a little bit more muns now. So let's head back over this way, and we're gonna head to those apartments. Okay. Let's get down here. And the apartments are back this way, I believe. Actually, before we do anything else, I should probably talk to that lady again on the boat. Then we'll go to the apartment. Okay, woman, answer me some
You're
damn
back.
questions.
Good. What can I help you with?
Now, can you tell me about these tattoos? Short the
Of
photo.
course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a frigate not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet, observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky.
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The
Interesting.
old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Okay.
Vredefort has a military academy. The Semines Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
Maybe it's a record of his military career.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
Fun.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
You wouldn't even know where to start.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your
Is
help.
there anything else I can help you with?
By the way, I've talked to Everett Claire.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job.
Of course, Detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise.
The RCM does not pick sides in this. I hope it doesn't come off any other way.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. I shouldn't tell her that.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Nope. Goodbye, lady. Thank you for that little tidbit of information. Okay, up is this way, I think. I've already been in here. Have I looked at everything? Looks like I have. Eh. Disappointing. Okay, let's head back in and go the other way. This one. Okay, we're here. What's this? Damn, can't unlock it. Find a smoker on the balcony. 28 after 21 to see if anyone's home. Okay.
This door is made of metal and appears to be. No
Knock.
one answers.
We should return in the evening. At 9 p.m. the earliest.
Okay. Then we'll do that. Let's go. Cryptozoologist. Open the door for Everett. Okay, we need to find the number on the victim's armor. Victim's armor and Hardy Boys. That's what it is now. We'll go this way. This direction. This way.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft.
This is
Radio.
Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots?
Not yet. But I was able to convince the database people to sell private sector information. They promised to get back to me by tomorrow morning. Do you have any other questions?
I'm done with the radio for
57,
now.
over and out.
In the
Bye.
cabin, you see
Close the door and leave. Okay, let's head in here and talk to the Hardy Boys. Hey, dickhead, how are you?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Oh, God. Guess what? I've connected you to the I want to talk about the hanging, and now guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 kilos.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
Well, yes, I do.
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
No, do the honor. You've earned it.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
Uh-huh.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Of course.
Yes, but that just sends everyone else to Jamrock, doesn't it?
That is just, you've just diverted the flow to Jamrock. You've made it our problem. This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off of poisoning your own people. Good idea. People are always going to do drugs. At least this way you have some control over it. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. I know for a fact there's still plenty of drugs out there. You keep telling yourself that. I know for a fact there's still plenty of drugs out there. You've just diverted the flow to Jamrock. You made it our problem.
We haven't done anything. But theoretically, it has to be someone's problem. So it might as well be yours.
He's such a fucking shit.
Titus, I'm amazed. Where is the same professionalism when it comes to other topics? You're doing great. I hardly have to interfere at all.
I don't know, Lizzie. I guess theoretical things don't make me emotional. Now, was there anything else? I was sorta gonna get my brewski on.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right?
My answer is... fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
I don't think you do.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
I think so too.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints. Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
I talked to Joyce. The mark you hanged, his friends are coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Yes, they are forming some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I will oil the murder machine.
Do you know that a single Ceres giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
You're the bees, they're the
We're not
hornets.
bees. We're men. We're socialists.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men?
This colonel is bad news, you know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals with decades of combat experience. They are not a gang or a barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons, dude.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic
I guess
armor?
we're gonna see, aren't we?
That was an unsure phrasing.
See what, that they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
Joyce said that they're going rogue. Nobody's controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
I mean, okay, they're gonna wipe you the fuck out, Titus. I mean, okay, you got this, you got the numbers. I mean, okay, I'll be on your side when they come. I mean, okay, you got one more gun on your side. Once I find mine, I lost. I mean, okay, I guess I'm gunning you down right alongside them. I mean, okay, they're gonna wipe you the fuck out,
No,
Titus.
they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Let's try this.
Establish
Ah,
authority.
it's a fail.
Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
First you tell me someone's been raped, then you don't say who. That's bullshit. I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell, and you're not helping. Kim, I need your gun. Let's do this one. Let's point the finger at him.
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us. Going around, harassing kids on the street. Kids who've done nothing wrong. All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, Fascia. People here trust us. We're getting complaints.
Fascia. That's short for fascist.
Haven't said anything racist.
Of course you have. You've been calling people kipped left and right, inciting race violence in my town.
Kylie said they've been trying to set up a race rally, whatever the fuck that means. Trying to get the kips out of Revachol before the economy goes to shit.
I'm not racist. All I care about is Revachol and its people, and if some foreigner thinks. That's a lie. There is no race
Sure
rally.
there is. Kylie said they're bulk purchasing confetti, ribbons too, and loudspeakers, and fireworks. Kylie works at the carnival shop, you see.
Get the fuck out of here, you racist carny. There'll be no race rally in my town.
God damn it.
What happened? We got absolutely wiped. Let's go before it gets worse.
Oh, shut up,
What's
Kim.
going
You
on?
weren't any help.
Are you racist now? Is the rally real? Please don't set up any rally. It'll make you look awful.
Let's take off for now. Kim, you would have no help. My morale's back up. Okay, until I can get some authority in me. Let's head... Victim tattoo, assuming the call reporting the crime. Let's go see what's on the other side of this, one area. The radio relay hums with electricity. Look this way, what's over here? Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lorries. What's this? Magnesium, I'll take that, thank you. Damn, why can't I open that? Sign says no entry, someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Damn. Perception. Calculus. I need to put something into authority because I have none. I'm not getting anywhere with the Hardy Boys. And conceptualization. Ugh. Okay, let's look at this. Breaker box power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside. Ooh, Muns. What's this? Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go get this first. The swing is missing. No one has been here for a long time. There's some money. Take that, thank you. Birds in the birch tree, barely audible coos come from above. Someone has left their music collection beneath the trampoline. Trampoline? Tape, small church and St. Use interact button. Okay. Okay, what's this? Glory says the graffito to the ghosts of us. More money. Okay. Let's leave. Ooh. No, come back.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened
In
here?
this yard?
The lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of gray swallows takes off in the distance.
He's assessing the situation. How long ago was it abandoned?
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
Wait, what's a block obscure?
A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way.
Okay.
On aerial photos, block obscures look like dark squares, hence their name.
So this is part of the coast. This part of the coast is block obscure.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
At least it left some old music behind. Tap on the tape you picked up.
Yes, and you picked it up because you're a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and magnesium blisters.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
Well, I'll
We
take
should
it.
move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
Well, there's nothing else I can do right now, buddy, other than try and get some authority somehow. Creaking head of broken axle grinding. Before I do anything else. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarp. Look, it's that car, I think. Banged up fuel canister. Let's look at this real quick. Bottle drained of all its booze, it's frozen to the ice. Footprints. Ice is just off the coast, crackling, shifting. What's this?
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water. The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where all the tracks were leading
It
to.
appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Run your hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
Okay.
A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
What is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well, looks like Jacob's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Assess, wrap your chin, crazy reckless. Yet another case of the engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ.
Yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Okay.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
That'd be cool.
A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to secede. Recede. Not secede. Recede. I don't know why I said secede, but okay.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Drama!
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness.
Okay.
The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill.
Yay!
2 birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
Okay.
Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Tide is taking its sweet time. Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches? So, was your dad also, you know...
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half-Seolite.
Oh, right.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
All I'm saying is I'm surprised people's skin color varies so drastically. No. If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
But if someone puts a gun to your head...
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
.41 is his rank in the underground street racing hierarchy. Reputation, small fish, that's one. 41, how the street racer, quite a ladies' man. This must be Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41. Looks like the factory made a mistake and accidentally called this one. Caprice 41, I hate guessing district something. A precinct something. Municipal or temples, you're getting a horrible headache. Oh god, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you.
I understand why.
No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Oh my god, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The badge, the gun, and now
The
this?
lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There is also a 4th thing you've lost.
4th
More
thing.
precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
Maybe I was in pursuit of
Of
someone?
whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
I can still fix
That
it.
is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
People are going to be angry at me, aren't they, in Precinct
Let's
41?
face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
They're not going to take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
So it's just going to be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable. but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Things were going so well, we were just whistling
I can
merrily.
still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Damn you, Kim, and keeping me positive. Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes.
My guy.
Let's go take a look.
You were into some shit, weren't you? Item gain. This. The real two. We'll have to do that later. Let's go have a look at my disaster. My badge! My coat! Black uniform jacket with RCM signature white rectangle on its right sleeve and backside letters inside the collar read. The jacket is of exceptional quality other than some minor wear and tear. Okay. United in black, sharp eye. Cool. Thick blue pieces of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see the man stare back at you, a young version of you, already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Found my
At least
badge.
something good came out of all this.
Study the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking.
What
Why?
do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The lack of alcohol swelling is a bonus, though there's a pinch of that in your cheeks already.
Oh, Lord.
Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
Ah, okay.
A name like armor.
Harrier Dubois, it is then.
Pleased
Accept
to make
it.
your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
Pleased to make your acquaintance too, Kim.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it. Catch it.
Rank.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is a Lieutenant W.
A
Freighter?
lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W.
The
Freighter?
title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect.
Huh.
And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to twos.
Okay.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Wait, a satellite
You are given
officer.
the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
Thank you for explaining all this. Don't mention
My
it.
pleasure.
Turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious
Serial.
thing, expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads,
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Okay.
the numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
Date of issue, 7th of November, 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot
Yeah.
can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
Precinct
Yes,
41.
it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
Ah,
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again,
And then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
put the badge away. Well, damn. Just my luck. Footprints. Footprints in the snow, they lead away from the accident.
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Wait, what would I do under there? Great news, I found somewhere new to sleep.
Huh?
I said, great news, I found somewhere to sleep. Point to the boat. Under the boat here, it'll be free.
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
You
I
have
know.
a home somewhere. All cops do. When this is done, you can return.
Yes, but for now I can't, and I don't have any place to stay, and eventually I won't be able to have more money. Let's go in here, I guess. There's not a lot in here. Cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. Postcard, Coal City 08. Bow knot! Oh, that's cute. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. The broken glass to she shelves in a forgotten chair. Sons of light from the north, the washboard script fell from the fabric. Fabric. Ugh. Can't speak. Cinder blocks, charred, a makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay. Bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Okay, let's keep looking around. No, I don't want to go down there. I want to go over here. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. I found some new pants. Into sorely trousers, plus Kingdom of Conscience. Okay. White curtains have been drawn shut, not looking in. Well, I unlocked something. Wedding stone, well worn and covered in rust. Let's see here. Money, I'll be taking that, thank you. Construction material, whoever planned to build this house left it in a hurry. Let's go over here first. The street light is illegible below graffito. Street sign is illegible. Can't speak. Hard to see the details. The colors are warm and welcoming. Are cozy. All warm and welcoming are cozy, though. Let's see, what else is over here? Flower trough where nothing really grows, maybe in spring. Let's go in here. There's a little kid here. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Little kid. Cute little kid.
Hello, mister.
Hello, you're cute. A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She is looking at you with frank curiosity. Little Lily.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Where are your
My
parents?
mom's outside, and I don't really know about my dad.
She gives you a bright smile like it's a good thing. What's that? It's a stuffed bird hanging from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on God's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Yes, but what is it? What's it for?
I don't know.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Now the question is, how do I get it? What's the thing you're holding?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lammy is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Okay, well, pleased to meet you, Lammy.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Cute
Bye!
kid. Well, bye, kiddo. Well, I gained another item. Stuck to these
The
kids.
scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Hey, where's your mom?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
Is little Lily your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys look
The
identical.
stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said
The
that.
boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're
Ah.
bad with kids.
I am, yes.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
Bye, kids. Take care. Let's talk to this lady. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an old melody. Her eyes are closed.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might
Odd
be
melody, not old.
Sub-Saharan, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Welcome to the
Okay.
fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Can't see. How did you know I was here? Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of an ill omen are we talking
Oh,
about?
the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
If I'm considered an ill omen, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
That's sweet.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
My spelling behind here. How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on. You're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there.
Okay, I'll take it. Get keys to your new home.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
I will try not
Well,
to.
if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
What is in this fishing
Just
village?
us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
There's gotta be something here. Tell me. Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east, but they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
Not really interested in town drunks, but thanks.
What are you interested in then?
Is there a way to make a little money around here?
Here? For you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Alright. There's another
She
thing I'd like to
nods,
discuss.
rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
What else is on down the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Anything else of note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed.
Alright, got
As
it.
I said, it's a peninsula. There's no one there, just ghosts and vagrants, and teenagers making out.
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant Double Ufer Harrier Dubois.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double.
I like this old lady. She's sweet. Goodbye, I'm off. Thank you, ma'am. More money. Can't see into the house from this angle. Besides, you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater
The
sputtering.
door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack. Door with the
I'll
key.
wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
Interesting. Floorboards creak under your step. This intricate heating engine hums quietly, giving out pleasant warmth. Using a whatever expander condenser cycle. Nice. Old science fiction magazines, books about bird watching, and almanac from 39.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Is shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red, hair unkempt, wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Let's try it.
Like an
Oh, it's a
artist with a
success.
brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
For your clean-shaven
They
cheeks.
feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
I look worse without the beard somehow. Shaving the right
The water
call.
reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional.
Well, that's good.
Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression.
Okay. What's this?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Let's mirror B for now. Look out the window. See the waves, the sea, a church. This is a nice little shack. It's a kind lady. This is pretty. But you guys forgot this place even exists. Ooh, boots. Perception. Cavalry boots. Let's talk to this person.
Hi, officer.
Do you have fishing hooks in your ears as earrings? One in raincoat stands in the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
That depends. Where are we
A
exactly?
fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
I have questions. The first is, what's your
The
name?
name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice sword. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Why you need intimidation
From
tactics?
time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
So where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
But why? If they're thick-headed, where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone where?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh, say no more. Wait for her to continue.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later.
I'm sorry, lady.
Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't
Us
it?
working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on.
I'm sorry.
Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
She glances at the village where two little kids are playing with what looks like rocks.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
What do you do around
Like
here?
I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her. This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Interesting. What have you found?
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Oh, damn.
Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
Need to know about those human bodies. A mine. The RCM could use a mine. Where is it? Need to know about those human bodies.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
I bet they are.
Yeah. Maybe stay clear of the things reminding her of the floater she used to be married to. Just saying.
I'm looking for someone maybe you can help.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Looking for missing cryptozoologists.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for animals who are hard to find.
Aha! Like snowmen.
Snowmen, I haven't heard about those.
Two odd guys have been wandering around here. Nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Where'd they
I
go?
don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
That's it, I'm not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
So I take it that's your skiff?
Sure is. The Sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Sunny days?
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. 'Twould have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
Ah.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the slushy snow melt on the yellow belly of the boat.
When do you think the boat
In
will
time,
be ready?
when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
Seeing you. Boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Planks creak beneath your weight. More money. Ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. Okay, let's head this way. I guess these are the drunks.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real.
I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
+1 motorics, +1 psyche, minus morale. What does the bottle of spirits cost? 300 real.
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
No one can buy spirits for 300 real? That's crazy.
You know what's crazy, actually?
He grins and bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his Pilsner and stares at you
He's
intently.
finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is it?
What?
Keep him talking.
What do you mean? What? What did you think was crazy earlier?
This guy.
Conversation might bring a discount, no?
Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
That's good, I should remember it.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
I think it will prove useful, yes.
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
£3. I'm
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in 2-piece liquid tracksuit puts down his Pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Shake his
So
hand.
what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, tequila sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
Pretty
He
good.
says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
I've re-entered reality to conquer, to bend it to my will. I am
That's
the law.
the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago. Those days are over now. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks. Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Please don't go.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out.
I'm sorry,
So
man.
now it's a pirate's life for me.
What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying
It's
it.
you. You're Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Nope.
You sure don't.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Sure.
Tequila. Tequila sunset. Something ominous there.
For some reason, the name tequila fills me with foreboding. Maybe I shouldn't learn what it means.
You think you feel bad now. Wait till you've heard the story.
No. You need the wisdom.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
What do you... Wait, did we meet on Friday?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Okay.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
What happened then?
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Uh-huh.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Okay.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard.
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Oh god, what happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster.
Oh dear lord.
When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep.
In this way, you and your motor carriage have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Okay.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
Oh, dear Lord.
If you only knew.
Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked
You
me?
were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Okay.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Uh-huh.
Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or... In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything else about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
Ah.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you.
Okay.
I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop, and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
I don't need to hear any more.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
Be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Goodbye, dude. I'm not gonna talk to that one. So I found out some interesting shit about me. Okay.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow.
Okay.
The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the roof?
Craters
The roof,
pocked
the
the
road.
surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade.
Okay.
There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
A dead
Tragedy
dog.
comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
That is enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Okay, interesting. I'm not gonna go up that way yet. So we explored over there. Let's go here. Little black swallow circles around you. You hear it chirruping. The water runs from the west. The source is upstream, a broken pipe. Rust-eaten letters, Mazoot. Okay. Look back at you from the rust-colored water is you. The rear of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. That's a Noland vintage. Seek an unsuccessful model. Just keep walking the shoreline for a little bit. Okay. Quick travel unlocked. The church. The kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. School of fish huddled around, fence posts, and scatter into the dark. Before you a drawbridge, it can only be lowered from the other side. Interesting. Let's go over this way first. What's this? Must have taken a lot of patience to do this.
A shaggy-looking girl, in her late teens or early 20s, kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
This child that's freezing, where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
Come to think of it, I should wear when I get one around here.
I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe a general store? Look, man, fuck the hat.
It's kind of a... Is that kind of language really
I'm
necessary?
sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else.
Okay.
My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
What's your name?
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's Berger.
Okay.
A very common name.
What's the device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the
Actually,
wires?
just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Ooh.
Your mangled brain would like you to know There is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah, and any news on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No. You're welcome.
How does this thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from. The Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh, man. You haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh, yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum-going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I
don't know
grind.
what that means either.
Means I'm hit beyond your years.
That's cool.
Never mind. Let's talk about Contact Mike
Sure.
instead. I actually have some non-mic questions
Okay.
for you. What are you doing here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What are you recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the
The
footsteps?
musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
Okay.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have...
Take this, you're cold.
Ten begins to take off his
No,
jacket.
man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Now this is where a hat will come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is
That?
it?
The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys.
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are
They
inside?
got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And
You
there's
mean like-
piles of it.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I have some other questions.
Go ahead.
If the tape recorder lies on the ice, the undiscarded toy, pick it up. Actually, that's it for
Okay.
now.
Bye.
Picture with the pastels, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Trash from some unending party. Hole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. More tribalistic markings. The post is covered in little humanoids.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
Push the Ancient
The
over.
pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
There we are. Oh shit. This This is someone's home away from home, just like yours.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Well, thanks, Gim. Again, it's just filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. Pile of nasal sprays, brand name, Nosefleet Ultra. Speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
Hardcore! Alright! Yeah!
Please tell me what exactly you're
Gotta
doing.
get the people going!
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What is a party boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Cutler, beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars, full of Eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru live there.
Okay.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
What if I want to speak to you first?
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your sign.
Maybe you should just stand there, watch him rattle his toolbox, get to know his sign.
Just stand there and observe
The
him.
contents of the young man's toolbox are organized in a neat yet eclectic manner. He is constantly checking out the various tools and parts and rearranging them slightly. It's a bit hypnotizing if you look at it.
I have all kinds of screws.
You have a whole lot of stuff.
I'd have a whole lot more stuff if I had a place where I could keep that stuff.
What do you do with all that
These
stuff?
are my consumer items and my means of production. I enjoy them. Talk to Andre. No point in standing here. The signs are really out of tune.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his
His
hand.
grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
Uh-huh.
This is my posse.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
Tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you
We
organized?
have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
You see,
We're here.
we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Okay.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noit's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Next time, watch yourself. There's no need. This place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts! Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Rivershoal.
Sure you were.
Strike that! The word! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Sure.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it, tell me more.
Alright, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchange giddy looks.
What's the status of the church? I haven't gotten inside the building
I
yet.
asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
Okay.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
Speed Freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool and fused move, tossing it in your general direction.
It's as if time is frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye hole. It is stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch, goddamn asshole, what is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now?
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, bend your face in mockery of his useless contrition. You almost I murdered me, a cop. That's the use of lethal force.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
Pulls out some black paper from his belt pocket.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
What you could do, take the money.
I hope that settles it. Or wait. The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Yeah, I catch your drift. What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like
You're
nonsense.
Right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now where was I with that
He
padlock?
nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
What exactly are these people inside the church? Who exactly?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't seen them and you want the police involved.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Uh-huh.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
Okay.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Interesting.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
What was that about something watching
Like,
you?
you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab
yeah,
man.
You know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Okay.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure that it was a crab
yeah,
man?
Totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
Okay.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in a crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this
You
machinery?
should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Well, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Alright, let's talk about something
Sure.
else.
What?
I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with Egghead there?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
Oh, what's the master
You know,
of ceremonies?
A declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Uh-huh.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate it with him?
He's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Okay.
I get it. He's a puzzle.
You mentioned some kind of,
Oh
that.
yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Okay.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
No, humor me, Andre. What is the founding
Come
party?
to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religion, religious organization who anoints the innocent, want a dance club in one of their churches?
Totally.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat, nod your head.
Feels good.
No, this is too much. No sane organization would want this level absurdity in their church. I mean, it's an abandoned church. Who cares? I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise, and Nordic music is about love, so is the church.
Yakokata! The place to
do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friends form a fist with screwdriver. His screwdriver on his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if, they get this club going. You've got it in you.
I wanted to ask you about this tentful of equipment.
What?
What's with all the nose feed?
The what now?
Point to the bottle of nasal spray in the corner.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me.
That's all Nosefed's doing. Without the noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosefed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The noser. Blast away.
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scattered the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Alright, enough of
He
this.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
As always,
now. Logic. I need logic clothing. Logic. Conceptualize. Drama. Perception. Okay.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Estellari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be.
Smells like sweat and laundry detergent plus a trace of ether. Can't leave. Talk to the girl a little bit. We're gonna go over here. Feel a shadow of a very large building falls on you. Sign reads Saint Bruni 1147. The CPUs in the shadows, many seem to be missing. An altar shrouded in dark, something like that. It's too dark to tell.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Open the padlock with the key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
Oh damn. This place is kind of cool. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. More of the forked lightning patterns you saw outside. Bark beetles, no, looks intentional, some long forgotten style. Blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Something to do with radio frequencies. Ooh! Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore.
Okay.
Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual.
Very unusual.
You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Stomp your feet and clap your
You
hands.
produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Turn to Kim, what's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing is beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing, on its premises.
Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look up into the bell
The
tower.
orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
If I don't want to know what's up there. Do the roll. I got a success.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Follow shadows' movements.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
The lieutenant follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you are seeing.
Oh no. You've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
On the ceiling.
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Blink.
You see something
Oh dear God.
hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Let's hope so.
The shadow is a man. A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Okay.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershaw.
The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem and it's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He sways gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game?
No, I don't think so.
'Tis not an act, my liege. Saving perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a
The
nightclub.
ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
They have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
You must be the
Never
crab
known
man.
myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Yes, your neighbors who came up with the name, not
I
me.
always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all these sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
You got some nice curves going there.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crab man and a
I
woodcarver?
was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me, start again from scratch.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name is Harrier Dubois, and my place in the world is Lieutenant.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
You have a good point there. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Okay.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith, it's a kind
I
of
heard
drug.
that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
You have a good point. I guess you have a point.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Doesn't really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was.
Okay.
Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
Right, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Do you know where the other spooker is?
¿Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
The Aita is Grandma?
Wait, so there is another person living in the church and it's a Vajita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
You don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me how she looks, what she does, who she
I'm
is?
afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Okay then, thanks. That's creepy. You're creepy. Banger's silk scarf. Figure John in the frost in the window depicting a deer. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass obscuring the view. Cracked pane of glass, colorful. So there's stuff over there. Empathy. Money. Okay, there's a computer here. Portable Harman Wuxi tape recorder. It's possible it's recording something. Someone's siphoning electrical currents from outside into this antenna. Projects reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Okay.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
Seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave.
Okay.
I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
You look inside the
Behind
compartment.
the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Press
The
play.
speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Interesting.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on each filament just said log February,
Good.
March.
Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Don't know the
Proceed.
password.
I will register this login attempt. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Fortress accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area.
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Interesting.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Thanks, I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, Fortress accident.
The machine's keyboard is still
Okay, let's go talk to that dude again. could these wires work as contacting microphones? As contact microphones.
Oh, hey, Wade. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard the say the word to a
Too
radio
many
computer?
times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Doing survey of passwords and passcodes identifying regional trends and interests of public.
Don't sweat it, Vato. The password is afterlife death. What do you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, essay.
Figure crawls off into the darkness
That
above.
was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I'd
However,
say.
I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
It's not, but I want to enjoy myself, okay?
The machine's keyboard is the speaker.
Good afternoon, first grade. Good. Please
Afterlife,
repeat the password.
death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Okay.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Nope.
Goodbye, Fortress accident.
The machine's keyboard is still
Press
illuminated.
print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the
The
printout.
first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Escasiras, something advanced.
Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
A data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying.
Neither do
Something
I.
about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Alexei, who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Read the fifth entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the 6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right toward the silence.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
Okay.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be
The girl on
describing.
the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th
March
entry.
51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into the radio computer. And the shopkeeper must be Pelison's.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines.
I agree. Read the 10th
March
entry.
51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Okay.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
I can assure you I'm an expert circuit bender. I'm not breaking into your computer. I'm using it to access Coalition military data links.
There are no Coalition military data links. And even if there was, you couldn't access them over a civilian network.
Yes, I could. I'm a cybernetic dot. I'm using the network to command Coalition watership Archer. I will turn its cannons against its masters. You're right, I'm just a drunk cop. I don't know how to do anything interesting with radio
No one
computers.
asked you to do anything interesting with my radio computer. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
It's not
We
been
should
destroyed.
talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
While she's doing that, I'm going out here.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
Interesting.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your
The
eyes
world
first.
is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope.
Open your eyes.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Could be both.
She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive.
It's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get
Your
up.
fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of this place.
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago, where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Encyclopedia.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Interesting.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've read a book, but it was fuzzy.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world's spirit.
A ruler.
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate inauthentic rule should it coincide with our time.
Okay.
An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, The Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-esolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Seren, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed.
Okay, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Okay.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Is there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No? Was there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerated into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
So she could have killed her husband right after he introduced her into court, and then she became an innocent. And she killed a lot of people. Great
This
religious
subtle
figure.
terror is part of her iconography.
But it doesn't surprise me at all.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Yeah, war criminal. Nothing, just looking around.
Okay. It's just that you've been looking at that window for quite long now. And it's cold in here. This church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Oh, hush. Visual calculus.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
Which shattered this mosaic?
Unknown. A motor carriage. A gunshot. Someone falling into it. Or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, farriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau. After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death, after...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like the other one better.
Not at all.
Ugh. Clicked the wrong thing. Oh well. Step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Turn away. Let's talk to this lady real quick.
What is it?
Didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Hey, are you the lead programmer of the World Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Uh-huh. Have you seen the Crab
Nope.
Man? But you know he's around. He's seen you.
And?
The Crab Man has seen you. Okay, it's probably not a big deal, though.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Why are there so many machines in this
I
place?
brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
I don't understand.
RAIN prefix is my radio computer.
And the antenna is its processing unit.
You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR-1 is a good antenna.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Wait, I'll try not to touch anything.
Great.
Next question. What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What
I'm
research?
looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to your daily loss in the job?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Hole in the world, what does that mean exactly?
What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
Okay.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answers.
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
You measure it by collecting on its surroundings, on what on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Okay.
Ah, hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Any idea where the hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, trying to pierce the pitch black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
Okay.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible for that?
I don't.
You said the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about dance
What?
music?
I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
What are you, 40? It's the future of dance music. Have you even listened to it? Like, actually listen to it? Hey, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right, right. But how do you feel about a club for
This is
music?
about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build
Take a
then?
guess, why don't you?
Still convinced of they want to establish a nightclub for whatever music. They said it was their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Right, I'll let you do your work in peace. Good God, so much shit to do still. Smoker on the balcony, prove your authority to Titus Hardy. Find smokes and smoke them. Cryptozoologist. It. Okay. I don't know what I want to spend that on. Well, guys, I think I'm going to end this here. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun. If you want to see free restreams that I've done, go check out my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio. Hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are, and I shall see you guys real soon.